back to the BNC, everyone, or welcome here for the first time if you have never been here before. This is a YouTube channel dedicated to nothing but BMX and bicycle culture. In this video, I'm going to teach you guys how you can build your own bunny hop trainer. Sorry about the wind again. I don't have a good mic at the moment. I broke a good mic, and the camera GoPro that I'm using right now, I don't have a windscreen or filter for it. So apologize for that, but I'm going to do the best that I can. Today, teaching you guys how to build a bunny hop trailer. I accidentally ran over mine in the car, and yeah, this is a really useful tool for BMXers. Bunny hops is one of the most fundamental tricks in BMX. It's actually probably the most fundamental trick in BMX. It's the first trick that everybody learns when they get into BMX. And the problem with bunny hops is people kind of don't want to take them further because there's a fear factor to them, where if you're bunny hopping over a ledge or a rail or even a curb, for some people it can get kind of scary to catch your front tire or your back tire, and you'll get bucked off of the bike, and usually it hurts a little bit. But with this trainer, it's a really inexpensive way that you can train your bunny hops higher and higher without hurting yourself. Now basically all this is a limbo bar, but instead of going underneath it, we're going to be bunny hopping over it. And the reason for it is, instead of going over a ledge or a rail or something that is hard and stiff, the limbo bar will fall if you hit it. So you can just keep going higher and higher in practice until you get better without hurting yourself. Now if you want to make this bunny hop trainer exactly like I do, you want to follow the steps that I do, and you want to buy the same material that I do. We are going to be making this thing out of PVC because PVC is pretty inexpensive and you can get it for a really good price. I got everything that you see down here for $50, and that's only because I picked myself up a tape measure and some cutters. You can use pretty much any kind of saw to cut the PVC because it's just plastic, but I got these 1-inch PVC cutters because I used to be a heating and air technician, so it just makes things really easy. And now the train goes by. Finally, let's get into it. If you guys want to make this exactly like I do, you want to follow these steps exactly like I do and buy the same parts that I do. I'm making this out of 1-inch PVC because 1-inch PVC is pretty sturdy. So I got 3 5-foot sections of 1-inch PVC. I got 3 of these right here. Now PVC pipe is pretty inexpensive. It's cheap. You go there, I mean, if you've never bought PVC before, you'll go there, you'll look at these, and they're a lot cheaper than you thought they were. 2 of them are going to be for either side of the bars, and then 1 I'm going to cut up for the legs of each one. I got myself a 1/2-inch 5-foot section of 1/2-inch PVC, and the reason why this is for the limbo bar, and the reason why I got it 1/2-inch is because if I got it smaller than 1/2-inch, it would bow and bend in the middle when it's hanging there in the bar. So I got 6 1-inch PVC tees, 8 threaded collars, 1-inch. One side is non-threaded, the other side is threaded. And I got 8 of these, 1-inch, and 8 caps, threaded caps for those collars. And then I got myself a little bottle of regular clear PVC cement. Now a lot of people I see use orange and blue and red PVC cement. That actually looks really tacky. I don't really like that. I don't like seeing the blue, like the blue color in here. That's what I used last time I had the blue stuff. But with the clear PVC cement, you won't even see it. It's a lot like, it's almost just like rubber cement almost. And this was just a couple dollars. And then I picked myself up a pack of stickers. So as you can see on my old one, I have a guide to know where to put the bar at as I'm learning and increasing the height on it. So I got myself a pack of stickers for that. And then you want to get yourself some screws, because like any screw will work, like construction screw, deck screw, anything like that will work, just so you can screw them into these spots that you measure out. And to make it easier, I got myself these cutters right here. That's just going to make it really easier. You can use, like I said, you can use any kind of saw with the cutters. Like I was saying, you can make this really inexpensively The price of the PVC and the cement, the PVC cement, I spent right around $28 for just the PVC and the cement. So that's actually a really good price. And it's gonna last a long time the way we make it. All right, let's get started. One thing about PVC is it's really easy to mess up. So when you guys go to the store to buy this stuff, just buy a couple extra lengths of the pipe. Just get 1 or 2 extra 5-inch lengths and maybe a couple extra fittings in case you mess up. Because whenever you put the PVC cement in there and you go to put it together, you're done. It locks on you within literally a couple seconds and you're not going to be able to pull the pieces apart. Just buy a couple extra links if, like I said, it's inexpensive, so just buy a couple extra links if you think you might mess up. But I've been working with PVC for years because I used to be a heating and air technician, so I just know what to do to be able to buy very little amount of it and get the job done. So first off, what you want to do is you want to take 2 of these tees and you want to get some of your PVC cement. I gotta crack this bottle real quick, if I can. First off, what you wanna do is you wanna take 2 of these 1-inch tees and you wanna stick both of these on the end of 2 of these pipes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some of this. What you do is you take, make sure it's clean in here and clean around the pipe. And through the middle piece, we're gonna go ahead and take some of this PVC cement, and you can't use too much. You put some PVC cement on the inside of that, and then you take some of the cement and you put it around the end of the pipe. After you've done that, put the PVC on the pipe and inside of the fitting. You wanna stick it together. Push it all the way down. And you wanna do this to 2 of them. All right, next up, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna measure the length or the height of the 2 poles. I'm actually gonna make this to where it can fit in my trunk. So if once I measure my trunk real quick, I will know from the bottom of the tee to how high I want it, so then it can fit inside the trunk of my car. So if I cut this thing with the tee on it at 41 inches, it will be able to fit in my car. So I'm going to take both of the ones that I put the tee on and I'm going to cut them at 41 inches. Like I said, I have these PVC cutters. They actually cost, you might be able to find them at a hardware store, like a cheap hardware store, for about 10 bucks, but where I got these, they're about $15. And how they work is it's a special blade that locks and cuts around the pipe. So you can use, like I said, you can use any saw. It's just gonna take a little bit longer, but I'm gonna use these PVC cutters because they're really quick. Go ahead and cut it at where you measured. All right, so these are gonna be the 2 arms for both sides. They're kind of short. Actually, are they about the same size? Yeah, they're about the same size. I cut them short so they can fit in my trunk because really this is about, let's say, what, about 3.5, almost 4 feet. And, you know, I don't really want to be pushing 4-foot bunny hops. It's not that big of a deal to me. But this will fit in my car. So these are the 2 arms. And the extra length that I had cut off of them, this is going to help with some extra to making the legs for them. So now what you want to do is you want to measure and get ready to make the legs for this thing. And the legs are going to go into the tees that you put on the bottom of the 2 poles that you have on top. So I already did this before, so I'm going to measure it out to a certain amount that works for this project. So like I said, if you guys want to match it, make them look just like me, use the same measurements that I use. All right, now that you have measured and made both of the side poles for the bar, you want to go ahead and start measuring out for the legs of it. Now I'm going to use the extra that I had cut off for the 2 sidebars, and I'm going to use these in the legs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut both of these in half. So now I cut the 2 extra links that I had off of the 2 bars that I made, and now I have these 4 sections that I can use to make my legs. 2 of these are going to be for one side, 2 of them are going to be for the other. And these are about 10 inches long each. This is 10 inch sections, so 4 10-inch sections will work. So next what you want to do is, after you cut those out, is you want to take some PVC cement and you want to put these pieces inside of either side of the tees right here. There's one. So there you go. Now I have the start of both of the poles on either side. I have the start of them. This is basically the junction point for how level it's going to be. So instead of putting this tee on here now and building off of it, when I get done, the legs might be in a weird position and they will be wobbly. So when you get to this point, you want to go ahead and make the legs first before you put them on. Because when you go to put them on, you're going to have somebody help you, or you're going to have to use a guide or visually as best as you can try to make them as level as possible when you put the 2 legs on either side. This extra pipe that I got right here, the 3rd one, this is what we're going to cut up to be able to make the legs that go onto the 2 bars that I already made already. This is the old one that I used to have, and it had pretty good legs on it. And I don't know if you guys can tell, I broke it, ran over it with my car, but it sat something kind of like this is how it sat. It had another one on the other side over here, but it sat a little something like this. So what we want to do is we want to make this piece right here, and that's what we have these other tees for. So what you want to do is you want to cut yourself off a couple more 10-inch pieces. So you want to get yourself 4 more 10-inch pieces out of your extra pipe. So now I have my 4 10-inch pieces that are going to make the ends of the legs. Now you want to look at these tees and figure out how you want to have them on there. I'm putting the tees like this. If you have them like that, not really going to work very good. I'm using them like this so then I can have a little short leg coming off one side and a long leg coming off of the other. It's going to provide a really good footing. So you want to get yourself 10-inch pieces and put it in this side, not the top of the tee, but the end of the tee. And like I was saying, pretty much instantly when you put this together, it's tight. It's not coming back off. So be very careful and think about when you glue something and you go to put it together, make sure you're gluing in the right spot in the right section, because you're going to be buying a new piece. That's why I said also to buy some extra, because if you haven't done this before, it's really easy to mess up and you can't just take this piece back apart and try again. So now I have all 4 of my legs made that go into the bottom. The collar inside of these tees is about 1 inch long. So the distance to slide it in here to the distance in here is 2 inches. Plus you want to give yourself some extra. So you want to cut yourself 4 3-inch pieces. All right, now I have my 4 3-inch pieces, and these pieces right here are going to go in the end of the tees like this. So you want to glue them up, stick them in the end of the tee like this. So now the structure of the 4 legs are done. So now what you want to do is you want to go ahead and get your caps put on the end of these legs. Now, like I said, the reason why I got threaded is because threaded has a flat spot. The threaded, because you put a wrench on it, there's a flat spot on the fitting. So you want to make sure between the fitting that goes on one side and the fitting that goes on the other side, the flat spots are the same. So you want to find something flat. That's why I have this black thing out here that I'm going to use. After you get the first one on, you want to make sure the second one is twisted and correct, so then it sits on the ground totally level. But like I said, I want to make sure that flat spot is in the same flat spot as the other. And if you guys don't even want to have to deal with making sure that they're straight, just get some round end caps. It'll actually be about half the price of these, which will be even cheaper. My 4 legs are totally done. Almost nothing I have to do with them. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to marry the legs to the poles. All right, so luckily I have this flat concrete stoop in front of my house. This is what's really important, and this is where you can get it off and unlevel. This is about the most level surface I can find outside because it's basically a concrete pad. So what I'm going to do is take one of these legs with it on the ground, and I'm going to glue it together and make sure it's as visually straight as possible when I do that. It's okay if you get it a little off. It's really not going to be that big of a deal, but I'm a perfectionist, so I really want to get this thing as straight as possible. All right, there, it's already locked into place. I can't move it now. It's already locked in. I got it pretty straight. Put the other leg on with it flat on the ground, and then I will be done with one whole side of my bunny hop trainer. There's one. Go ahead and repeat this for the other side. You're about 95% of the way done with your process. Now that we have both of these poles done, sorry, they look off, but they're not. They're just on unlevel ground. Now that you have both of these poles done, this is all you need left to finish it. You just need some screws, a screwdriver, a drill will work, but preferably I prefer a screwdriver, a tape measure, and the stickers to be able to mark it. And the reason why I have them set like this is this is the way that they are going to sit, and the bar is going to go in between them. So you want to put the screws in the correct spot on either side, on corresponding spot on either side. So since they're going to stay like this, there's going to be screws that go down this side and screws that go down that side. So I'm going to go ahead and mark the side that they're going to go on, and I'm going to measure increments all the way down. So I've been working at this bunny hop trainer. I'm kind of lazy with it, so I didn't take the screws and screw all the way up both poles because I just want to show this to you guys and actually ride it at the moment. But when you do, it'll look a lot like this. I don't know if you can see this if I come close, but there's screws all the way up and down, and then you notice there's stickers that I have used, so then you know between both sides so you can make it level and all that. Well, I'm getting lazy, so I just have a 1 foot and a 2 foot marking on that one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys how this thing works now. As you guys notice, I kind of influenced it and it knocked the bar down. So if I was to mess up or anything, it just knocks the bar down and I don't hurt myself. Success, it worked. And there you have it. That's the bunny hop trainer. It's really easy. You guys can make this yourself for about $30. And if you follow the steps that I did in this video, you can make it just like this, and you can make it look good and last a long time. Now what I'm gonna do is actually fill the bottom of those up and finish with the screws all the way up the top. But Other than that, that's pretty much all for this video. If you guys really like this video or you want to see more like it, go down and hit that subscribe button. Hit us up on Twitter and Instagram at BMX News Channel. Other than that, catch you guys later.